Hey guys, happy Saturday! Let me just adjust my camera real quick. There we go. And if you guys notice, there's more light coming into the room. That's because I think won't have rain for about a week, which is pretty awesome. I mean, the rains have been awesome. The reservoir is filling up and my yard looks like a jungle. I really don't look forward to pulling those weeds, although the ground's really soft right now, so probably is the time to pull some weeds. So anywho, so yeah, just want to have a little chit chat today. The dude is off at work, but hey, Sherry Bug. When he comes back, we're going to be taking off to I think Poway, and we're gonna go see Wally's sister. Hey, Celtic Witch, how are you? Happy Saturday. So yeah, Wally's sister's name is Roxy. Okay, so you know our little puma, right? Wallito. Um, okay, we have to tell a story. um, I don't think my tea is not cool enough. Hey, Solaria, how are you? Um, got my tea steeping right now. This one is one of the Get Well teas from a Republic of Tea that I showed in the last live chat. But I don't think it's cool enough yet. So don't want to burn my mouth off. Okay, so when we first got Wally, about 5 years ago, because his birthday's coming up March 23rd. Little Wally's gonna be 5 years old. So about 5 years ago, we got Wally from the Crazy Cat Lady of Lemon Grove, which is where, years and years prior, we had gotten Presley. And, there was like a litter of kittens, and there was only one boy, and that turned out to be Wally. And the lady said that there was only two kittens that weren't spoken for yet. It's her cousin's birthday. Oh my God. And that was Wally and one of Wally's sisters. So, but the two of them were like the crazy heads of the bunch. The rest of them, blah 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 blah. They got all these little girl kitties or whatever. But you had Wally and his sister. She was like the runt of the litter, and she was kind of the outcast of the other sisters. And she was more like a tomboy, I think. And so like Wally and her would get into all this trouble. Like when I would go over there and visit, until it was time to actually like take him home. I just remember I was like, where's our kitten? Where's our kitten? And like he popped his head out of an empty cereal box and went sprinting across the room. And then she went sprinting across the room. And every time I'd go over to them, both of them would come up and they'd both be purring and, and rubbing and bonking. And when it was finally time to pick up Wally and sign his papers and everything, the lady said, hey, I will make a deal if you please take his sister too, because the two of them are kind of inseparable. And we're like, oh, we've only really had one cat, and we don't know if we should take a second cat. And she was like, well, if nobody takes her, she says she will be my cat. She's like, I've already got like 5 of my own cats, that were like her cats, like not for sale. And she was like, maybe she will just become my cat. And we're like, okay. And it was really hard to say no. And she like, would send me so much love. And I'm like, oh, like I really love his sister too, but we're, at the time our hearts were broken because we had just lost Presley. And we were like, well, maybe it's just because we're very sad right now. Like we feel like we need a second cat. Or like, no, well, for now we'll just get Wally. Cut to about a month ago. The dude was, off at a job at somebody's house, and he sees this cat come running in, and he's like, takes a double take because it looks just like Wally, a little lighter and a lot smaller, kind of like the way Wally looked like when he was a kitten. But he's like, oh my gosh, that looks like our cat. And she was like, well, because he'd known this customer and had done this customer's like windows back when we had first gotten Wally. and she was like, oh, well, we went to that lady you talked about where you got your cat Wally from, and we saw that the sister was still for sale, so that's Wally's sister. And he's like, oh my God. So he's like taking all these pictures and like texting me these pictures. He's like, we found Wally's sister. Her name is Roxy. And he's like, and she's just like Wally. She has a lot of, Wally's traits. Obviously, they're brother and sister. But she has more, a couple of cat-like behaviors that Wally doesn't have. Like Wally doesn't bonk people. Like he won't bonk you on the head, but he'll bonk your leg or your arm. And she does that, but Wally doesn't do that, just because one of his sisters had actually bit him in the face when he went to bonk them. It wasn't Roxy, and so he has like this flashback fear of like being bitten in the face when he bonks on the head. So he's like not a head bonker. Loki is, though. Loki's got a big cranium. The dude was talking about like Loki, he was talking about Wally, they were exchanging pictures, and so she's like, oh my God. She's like, your girlfriend needs to come visit our house. The two of you need to come visit. She's all, does Wally like car rides? We're like, no. She's like, yeah, Roxy doesn't like car rides either. So why don't you guys get lots of pictures together, and I'll get lots of pictures together, and then you two can come on over and you guys can play with Roxy. And we're like, oh my God. So yeah, we're gonna go see Roxy later on. So the dude's already had time to like see Roxy a couple of times and play with her, but I haven't been able to see her in person yet. So I'm gonna meet Wally's sister. I'm so excited. So yeah, that'll be fun. That's today's adventure, and it's a lovely sunny day outside, so it should probably get up to about 70 degrees. So I'm excited about that. I'm actually not wearing pants today. This is a very thin long sleeve shirt, so you know. Oh, like an extended kitty family. Yeah. So, I'm gonna go see little Roxy, and Brian's like, she is so sweet. Still kind of burning. Okay, so how is everybody's Saturday? So does anybody have anything lined up for today or this weekend, or anybody got some exciting plans? I told you about my exciting plans. We're gonna go see little Roxy. Oh, and then I'm putting in my order of like a few sample decks of my Wally's World Oracle. Ah! So yeah, this weekend I'm gonna put an order in for those sample decks, and yeah, just kind of that way I can kind of promote it on social media. Everybody can kind of see the cards. It won't be with the gilded edges though, because to get a sample deck with gilded edges and all of that is just too costly, and I'd rather just like, hey, here's what it looks like in card form. I'll do that. And then I have my Kickstarter, I'm working on it. It's not public yet, but yeah, I have the Kickstarter kind of like all done up. I just want to get the cards in so that I can make the Kickstarter video, the little like 3-minute video that usually goes with like Kickstarter, so everybody can see like what is the project and like what was the thoughts behind the project. So yeah, so it's coming together, and I saw that Wasima has a deck coming out on Kickstarter as well. It's like a watercolor like channel deck, which is pretty freaking awesome, so definitely go check that out. Sherry Bug said, feeling a little bit off today, so just chilling, but next week is my last week at my current job. The first week in March I will start an EMT job. Hey, what's up? I was like, usually for my live chats, I usually just bring out like a deck or two, but like, it's like I wanted to bring out all my decks, and I know I can't use all my decks during a live chat, but I have a good number of decks, and one of them was, I had a feeling that there were maybe some people feeling a little like kind of off or funky today. So one of my favorite decks for that is my Nature's Pharmacy deck. And I know not everybody maybe is like feeling off, like not as in you're feeling sick, although I like pulling cards and creating some like concoctions for when I am feeling sick, but it's just more like energetically, sometimes, you know, some of the herbs in here help. So, Sherry Bug, I'm gonna just pull a few cards, like maybe if you wanted to make a tea or you wanted to, and I have like 5 decks on my bed with me. I know, like right now there are so many decks sitting on my bed. It's like, where do I sleep? On the floor. Um, um, but yeah, so whatever cards I pull, because I'm gonna pull some cards for you. You know, I want my homegirl feeling better, and you know, since you're all like pumped for that new EMT job. So, so whether or not you have these herbs, like, and Shania, how are you? um, so like whether or not you have these herbs, like maybe you can incorporate them into a tea. Maybe you can make something with them. Maybe you could just meditate on the herbs. I don't know. So like you kind of do whatever with the information. But Sherry Bug is feeling a little off today, so I'm gonna ask my Nature's Pharmacy deck what herbs, excuse me, that Sherry Bug possibly has in her possession that she could use to help. Sherry Bug, you got anything going on here? Like not like a sore throat, but it just feels weird here. I'm just saying. Okay, there's one. I like to pick 3, so I'm gonna pick you some 3 herbs. 2 and 3. Okay, see, what are those 3 herbs? Ooh, pretty herbs, by the way. I love the look of these cards. So we have parsley, we have German chamomile, and we have peppermint. So peppermint, chamomile, and parsley. Okay, so parsley, origin, Europe and Western Asia. Parsley was apparently not eaten in classical times, but was used to crown victorious athletes and the tombs of the dead. EMT job, hello. The Romans wore garlands of parsley at their banquets. It was believed to prevent intoxication if worn on the head. Parsley seed is slow to germinate, and for this reason there are many rites and superstitions surrounding its growth. It was said that the seed had to go to the devil and back several times before it would grow. In the 16th century, botanist John Gerard described parsley as delightful to the taste and agreeable to the stomach, and concurred in the old belief that it was an antidote to poison. Parsley is popular as a garnish and seasoning for many dishes. It can be chewed to freshen the breath. It is a good source of vitamins A, B1, B2, and C, as well as iron and other minerals. So that's parsley. German chamomile, origin, Europe and Asia, so kind of same places where we get our parsley. There are 2 common herbs known as chamomile. Both have been used medicinally for hundreds of years as a sedative, a tonic for the stomach, and an ointment for inflammations of the skin. One is a perennial plant, sometimes called Roman or English chamomile. The other is wild or German chamomile, an annual native to Eurasia, but naturalized along roadsides throughout much of North America. German chamomile is highly regarded in Germany. In fact, it is sometimes referred to as capable of anything. Today, German chamomile and to some extent Roman chamomile are produced commercially and used in many products. Current uses. Herbal teas made from chamomile are used to relax the mind and soothe the stomach. So just kind of like, you know, chilling out before you start your new job. Antiseptic ointments with chamomile treat skin inflammations. Chamomile is a popular ingredient in shampoos and hair rinses. That I did not know. That is very muy interesante. Okay, and then your other herb, which was peppermint, origin Europe, Western Asia, and the Mediterranean region. There are 25 species of aromatic herbs in the genus Mentha. Most are easily grown herbaceous perennials with creeping rhizomes, underground stems, that spread quickly throughout the garden. Mints are variable in smell and taste. Orange, chocolate, pineapple, and apple are just a few of the variations. Really? That's pretty awesome. There are many medieval uses for mint. It was rubbed on tables before meals to quicken the appetite and strewn on floors and streets to release its fragrance when trodden on. It was used to sweeten the breath and to treat toothache and nausea. Peppermint is a cross between spearmint, Mentha viridis, and watermint, Mentha aquatica. Watermint was known in Roman times, but peppermint itself was found growing in a field of spearmint in England in the 17th century. Its therapeutic properties, due to the presence of menthol, was soon noted and it came into general use in the 18th century. Current uses widely used to aid digestion and soothe the stomach. Both peppermint oil and spearmint oil are used in flavorings in hundreds of common foods such as teas and chewing gum, as well as a variety of cosmetic products. So there you go. So whatever you want to do with those 3 herbs today, like, I don't know, incorporate it into your food, meditate on them, make them into teas, create a yummy treat with them. Like, I don't know, like have some like peppermint ice cream or something. Garnish it with chamomile. Oh, I don't know how that would taste, but I don't know, give it a go. So there you go, parsley, chamomile, and peppermint. So Sherry Bug is gonna make a tea. Actually, I have all those things too. So anybody else feeling a little funky, need some tea suggestions, herbal suggestions? I love this deck for that. So if you guys who maybe just popped in don't know, that's the Nature's Pharmacy deck right here. But yeah, I have quite a few decks out right now. So this one most specifically, I just use when I need to fix stuff. But I brought out my oh gosh, what's the name of it? It's the Magic of Flowers Oracle. Yeah. It's just, I haven't had it in its box for so long, and there's like nowhere where it says the title, that sometimes I'm like, it's something of flowers. Oh, the Magic of Flowers. And I know it's by Tess Whitehurst. That I remember. I also have my Goddess Guidance Oracle, which I haven't used in quite some time, but decided it wanted to come out today. The Pythia Botanical Oracle. So a lot of my herbal oracles today, like my plants and flowers. For my tarot deck, I also brought out my Tarot de la Nuit. That one's more like a higher realm deck, and I just kind of was feeling that. And then I was really feeling spirit today, like a lot. So I have 2 little decks that I use for spirit. So I have the Mildred Payne's Secret Pocket Oracle here, which is this little itty bitty here. It's got a little tinny simple image on the other side. And then the other deck that I use is the John Waterhouse Oracle, which I keep in here. Those are the backings, and it's basically just John Waterhouse paintings. So that is what I use for spirit communication, and I was really feeling some spirit communication today. So okay. Let's see, what else did I bring out for y'all? Just put my little deck away there. Okay. Oh, I also have the Winter Solstice, the Natalie Rose Winter Solstice Lenormand. So I think I have everything except my Kipper deck out, and like a pendulum. Like, I think I have like all of my divination tools like right now. I even have a couple of my crystals that I've been working with for a couple of days, and that is my labradorite crystal. Let's see if I can get you guys a nice little flash. Ooh, 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 there we go. There we go. Nice and flashy. And my rhodonite. So I've been working with these together, and it's been muy fabuloso. So very fabulous. Very fabulous. Fabulous. I also brought out, and this I haven't worked with probably in a month, but I love working with it, and that is the Enchanted Spell Board. So I love this one. Not really into Ouija boards, but I love this board. It's, to me, it's okay. Okay, Sherrybug said I have out of the Moonchild Tarot 78 Tarot Mythical, Hero's Journey Dream Oracle, the Self-Love Oracle, and Animal Kin Oracle. Woo! So, hey, you know, sometimes I get that way with like books too. Like if I'm gonna go downstairs and I'm like, gosh, I can't just take one book with me. What if I get bored reading this book and then I wanna switch to another book? Like I don't wanna have to keep going upstairs and getting different books. So like I bring down like a freaking like library collection of books when I just wanna just go downstairs and sit on the couch, you know? So same thing when I go in the bedroom because all my decks are well behind me underneath my altar and some of them are over there. And I'm like, well, what if I'm in the bedroom and like I don't want to keep going into the other room and getting more decks. So what if I just bring like a freaking truckload of decks into this bedroom? I feel better having them close. I do it with books too. Yeah. I know. I don't know. I like to have my little decks close to me and my journals. Yes, all my journals are actually in my nightstand. That's actually the majority of my nightstand is like my runes, my pendulums, my chakra set that I use for like healing and stuff. I have all my journals in there. I have my Tibetan singing bowl that I use for the house clearing. And I have a rattle that my aunt got from Jamaica back in like the early 90s. And I use that for house clearing too, like to break up energy because the rattle's really loud. And it's made out of coconut, which is pretty cool. So I just go and I just like, you know, break up the energy if it gets a little funky in here, you know, which anytime I'm doing some spirit stuff, sometimes it can get a little funky. But I do want to talk about some. So okay, so this past week, you know, of course we had Sharbug, I really want a singing bowl. You know, I found out that the best deals for the singing bowls was actually at the gem fair because every once in a while they have singing bowls at the gem fair. And I found that the guy that I run into who owns a shop in Old Town called the Gumsan, and it's got all kinds of like Tibetan stuff and stuff from the Himalayas and everything. And he sells the bowls that he buys there at his store. And I was like, now I know your markup price. I mean, his price is pretty decent in Old Town San Diego, but it's definitely much cheaper at the gem fair. So that's when I got my like little singing bowl. And then I have since gotten a bigger singing bowl. And I got that also from the gem fair, but from my homie that I usually get my, like Tibetan wraps, like my scarves and stuff from. I mean, it's a really nice like Indian family, and so like I always make sure to stop by their booth first, and I always get a little something something. And they usually throw something in for free because they see me like all the time. Like every time the gem fair's in San Diego, they're like, "Oh, it's the girl with the long hair and the smile." Like that's how anybody recognizes me. So if my hair is up and I'm not smiling, I am incognito, like nobody can recognize me. But you know, it's hard to like not smile. And then I got a crystal singing bowl from them too. So we have 3 singing bowls in the house. The crystal singing bowl's quite large. I got a very, very good deal on that one at the gem fair from the nice Indian couple. We have the larger singing bowl and then my like house clearing singing bowl, the one that's more portable and I can, you know, and it's really nice. So yeah, okay, so the energy's been a little weird since after Valentine's Day. I mean, we had a fabulous Valentine's Day. The gift that I had purchased for the dude 4 weeks ago, finally came because it was being handmade, and it's a hibachi grill, and it's like a grill that he doesn't have because he's got like all these grills. He is the grill master. So the dude loves meat and he loves grilling. So I know the way to his heart, right? So he was really excited about that, and he's figuring out, he just bought some briquettes to like put in it, and he's figuring out what he needs to christen the grill with. So that came, and but on Sunday, Sunday, so the 14th was, February 14th was on Thursday, so it was 15, 16, 17. So on the 17th, Brian, like the dude saw on Facebook that his cousin had passed away, and his cousin was 45, you know, so we're like right away, we're like 45-year-olds don't just like pass away, but we do know that she suffered from, you know, some mental illness, and he said that, you know, because you know he grew up with his cousins, and he's like, she's been depressed, like super super unhappy since she was a little girl. He says I'm talking like 5 years old she was depressed, and he was like she just had a lot of issues, and it was just her family tried the best they could to, you know, help her and give her services and stuff like that. And he says the only time he briefly saw her somewhat happy is in the beginning of her marriage, you know, but of course her um, because of her mental illness, her husband ended up leaving her. And so, of course, she was sad again. And so her family had been kind of taking care of her. You know, her mother's a retired teacher, her father's a retired counselor at a high school. And they just tried the best they could to take care of her. But, you know, um, her boyfriend, I think, that she was living with, you know, he said that she had left him on Valentine's Day, and then it was on Sunday that she had passed away. And so, um, you know, my boyfriend, of course, was upset. His aunt and his uncle are, of course, like devastated right now. They're, you know, I can't even imagine, you know, I don't care how old your child is, like, you know, losing a child, that's, you know, so I don't really like know what to say other than like we send them flowers. And so sad to think of a 5-year-old being depressed. Yeah, he says that she's, since the day she was born, she was unhappy. He was like, he says she never um he says it was odd because she never had like a hard life, like, you know, everybody tried their best to take care of her, and to everybody else, you know, she was very sweet, you know, she was not, you know, mean to anyone. She was a very sweet, kind, loving person. But just like herself, she was just never happy. And, you know, I only had like met her like a couple of times, and we had some long conversations, and I could tell, like, even though she was smiling and looking at me, I could just feel the sadness coming off of her, and I couldn't figure out where it was coming from. But it was just like this aura of just like always being sad. And so I felt like really sad for her. I was like, you know, so I remember giving her a big hug, and I was like, hey, um, you know, I love these family functions, you know, come over more, you know, more often, because she lived in Santa Cruz. So it was like, hey, you know, when you're down here, like, love to talk some more. You know, she was a sweet girl though, or woman, I should say. You know, she's just a little bit older than me, but yeah. So um, the dude was like, have you had a chance to talk to my cousin? I was like, well, I haven't talked to her since you talked to her, like since we were like at, I think it was Thanksgiving, like a couple of years ago. And he's like, no, I mean, like, have you had a chance to talk to her since she left here? And I was like, oh, I mean, I didn't really think about it. I mean, she like, I mean, do you want me to? I was like, I'm usually like not trying to like jump into like people's business, you know, and stuff like that. Such a shame. My thoughts are with your family. Yeah, you know. So we also talked to the dude's dad. His dad is just like, he's having a hard time also, because that was his niece. So he's having a hard time like dealing with that. He's just like really, like, wow, like, why, you know, why would she do that? Like, she has a, you know, he's like, my brother, and he goes, my sister-in-law, they're great parents. We're like, they're good parents, but good parents, you know. I said, you know, so anyway, we're like, at least just send them flowers. And we're just like, we just like left it open, like, if you want to talk to us, we're here. You know, you can talk to us about anything. It doesn't have to be, you know, about this, you know, you can talk to us about anything, you know. So because I don't want to be like, oh, you know, it's so sad that your daughter died, you know, because I don't want to keep like harping on that, you know. Obviously they're already really sad, and I don't want to push anything, like, we don't, like, all of us as a family don't want to push anything of like, hey, do you want to talk about, you know, blah 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 blah. Like, of course they don't, like, but if they do, like, we're just like, we kind of backed off. We're like, hey, if you want to talk to us, that's cool. If you just want to hang out, That's cool. Like, whatever you guys want. Thank you, Jackie. So the dude asked me, he says, I think it would just be nice if you could please talk to her. And I was like, well, I can't like just like pull people's spirits and be like, hey, yo, talk to me. If they want to talk to me, they will. I was like, but if you, hey, Keith, I was like, if you want me to talk to her, I can try. I said, because this was Monday, he was asking me. She had passed away on Sunday. And it was weird because I got this weird feeling on Saturday. My cards, like I was pulling my cards of the day, and my cards of the day said a young woman was passing away. And I was like, but this was on Saturday. And then like and then Sunday, of course, I was like, whoa, I don't know. I just thought that was kind of strange. So I was like, okay. So I went to connect with her spirit, and my gosh, it felt um like like it felt like there was a lump in my heart. I don't okay, so I have like a little bit of a heart condition. I have these things called PVCs, like those of you that don't know, most of you guys down here know. And I have tachycardia. So tachycardia is like when your heart races really fast, just for a little bit. And hello. And I have PVCs, which are premature ventricular contractions. So basically, every now and then, the rhythm of my heart goes a little wonky, and I cough a little bit. So when I'm coughing is usually just because the rhythm was off in my heart. And sometimes it lasts for a little while and sometimes it doesn't. And it's been fine lately. But when it's getting ready to do like a PVC, like when it's getting ready to like skip, it feels like a skip. It feels like a lump. So when I was trying to connect to her energy, it felt like that lump, but that lump was staying there. Like nothing was happening to my heart. Like it wasn't having its tachycardia, it wasn't having its PVCs, but it felt like this lump and heaviness like in my heart. And automatically I wanted to start crying. And I didn't know why. And then I realized, of course, like I'm connecting to her energy, and this is how her energy feels. And I just felt this all over sense of like, I'm just sad. Like there's no reason to be sad. I'm just so sad. Like I just feel like crying, and there's no reason to cry, but I just felt like crying, and there was just like this heaviness here. Like it was so heavy. I've never felt my heart feel like that. Like it was so like a big lump. And so then I was using my cards, but I was also using like my my abilities to kind of talk to her. And she was like really cling to me. Like she was like boom, like she was like it was like, thank God somebody can see me. And I was like, whoa, like I was like kind of talking to her like, how are you like right now, like how is everything? She's like, basically everything's good right now. Like I'm happy. I've never been happy before, and I'm so happy right now. And I was like, okay, well, that's good. That's good. I was like, hey, I don't like to bombard spirits with like, hey, how did you die? Because I think that's rude. So, so it's more like, could you please describe what it looks like to you where you're staying right now? And she's like, oh, of course. Like, I'm in this place. I can't really describe it. And she says, but there's a lot of energy here. She people, but like like energy. And she says, I'm just waiting right now. And I said, what are you waiting for? She goes, I'm waiting for the people I know to come, and we're going to talk about my life. And I was like, oh, like you're going to do a life review? And she's like, we're just going to talk about my life. And she says, and I'm just waiting. And I was like, oh, okay. Anything else you can describe? No. And so it's just like I'm in a place where I'm waiting, and I'm waiting for the people I know to come talk to me about my life. And so that was it about that. And I said, could you take me like back to the last thing that you remember? And she says, I remember that I want to go to sleep. And I went to sleep, and I went to sleep fast. And she says, and I'm here. And she says, and I'm happy. And she goes, she like kept showing me the sun card in like multiple decks, like over and over. Like she was like, I'm so happy right now. She goes, I feel like light, I feel free. And I was like, okay, well, so I'm really happy for you. And then, I had closed down the session, but I could feel her with long because I kept feeling that lump in my heart. And at points throughout the day, I kept feeling like I want to cry. And I was like, are you still here? And she's like, yes. And I said, are you, well, I said, like, do you still feel a connection with the earth? Like, do you still feel a connection here even though you're not here? And she's like, a little bit. And I said, do you feel like there's something else you want to say? And she's like, no, not really. But she's like, can you help me? And I was like, well, I'm pretty sure wherever you're at, they can do help. Like, that's what they're there for. I was like, but I said, do you want me to meditate and send you healing when I can? And she's like, yes, that's kind of what I was looking for you, like for. She was like, if you could just like acknowledge that I'm here and just like basically send me some good love like my way, could you just like send me love, like that's all I want. And she goes, and I'm really like sorry, she was like apologizing, I'm sorry if I made you sad, I'm sorry if I hurt your heart, I'm sorry if you feel like I'm clingy. And she was like, it's just I know what you're capable of, and if you could just like send that to me. And I was like, okay. I was like, no problem, like we love you, like. And then I was like, and I'll send love to your mom and dad, and and I'm gonna send love to your brother, and and everybody else, like. And I said, and your uncle, your cousins, and and she was like, yeah, yeah, if you could just do all that, like. She goes, that's all I want, that's all I want, could you just send love to everybody? She goes, that's like all, that's it. She goes, like, that was my message, like. And she says, I'm sorry, I'll leave you alone now, basically. And I was like, okay. I was like, no problem, like, you want to pop in from time to time, that's completely fine. You just have to let me know what you want. And she's like, okay. She goes, no, I don't want anything except for like you to just like send love to my family and send love my way, please. And I was like, sure. And then I felt her energy leave. And so I don't know kind of, I mean, I guess when I pass away I know what'll go on the other side, but I guess she's like in the middle of a life review right now, which is interesting. um and then the dude and I were kind of talking about that because that's what somebody else had said about the dude's mom when she passed away. They were like, where she is right now, she's waiting for her life review. Basically, she was waiting for people that she knew from her life to come in and like review her life. And I was like, I don't know, like, what do you guys think? Like, I mean, obviously this is all kind of like speculation since we're all here on earth. Like, we don't obviously know exactly for sure, like 100%. I mean, a lot of us could have like a feeling and a knowing of like, we just kind of know. But obviously can't really prove it scientifically right now, like kind of what happens. But I kind of have this feeling that I guess no matter how we go, I guess we all just kind of wait in a waiting room and wait for our life review. The dude says in his mind, the way it is kind of like the movie Defending Your Life. I don't know if you guys have seen that movie. It's with not Mel Brooks, the other Brooks, like his brother. Oh, what's his name? Forgot his name. Ooh, little drippy there. Okay. Good. Yeah, it's got a lot of like pretty big actors in it, but it's from I think the early 90s, late 80s maybe. But yeah, Defending Your Life's an actually pretty it's a pretty freaking cool movie. So if you guys haven't seen it, definitely go check it out. And we kind of feel it's kind of like that, where you're kind of like just like waiting. Like I guess when you cross over and people that you knew, or maybe your guides or whatever, they just kind of come in and you guys do a little life review. And I guess it's kind of like school, like, because I always think of life like school, that you go to school, you take your exams or whatever, and then when you're done with school. Like Beetlejuice, yeah, right? Um, Beetlejuice is another good one. That yeah, you just kind of like you get to like go over like certain points in your life and not looking at it like you did bad here or you did really good here. It's just like a so this is how you went through the life and here's some things that you learned. Here's some things that maybe we can put into your next course, like maybe like if it wasn't like solidified, like maybe if you feel I don't know, I'm just like this is kind of what I think. I'm obviously I don't like I'm not saying I know everything for sure, but like maybe you get to like go over and say, oh, I kind of want to take a test again on this, or like I didn't really understand this concept. Could we review this maybe in like my next life? Like, chapter 14 was a little sketchy for me. Maybe if it was taught in a different way, maybe, or maybe I could switch teachers or like take a different class or I don't know. To me, maybe because I teach school, I see things in like school eyes. Like everything is a different unit, a different chapter that you're working on, and we have different like quizzes, and then there's the big exams, and then you got midterms and things like that, and not everybody likes exams. And so maybe like when you review your life, you're just like reviewing all the different chapters and units and quizzes and exams and midterms, and kind of seeing where you feel like you have a solid grasp of a certain concept, or maybe there's other concepts that you didn't quite get a hold of, and so maybe you would like to review those again. And then I don't know. I'm just kind of, you guys jump in with your thoughts too. Maybe it's also like you could either continue trying to learn the concepts that you didn't get a hold of, going back to Earth school or whatever planet school or whatever life form you want to take in order to learn that. Don't think I have seen it. Yeah, well, hey, Beetlejuice or Defending Your Life. I think, yeah, those two are pretty good. Defending Your Life is really good though. Gosh, who else is in it? What's her face? She played Julia Childs. She was in Death Becomes You. Why can't I remember her name? Well, she's the other person that's in the movie. um, this is good tea, by the way. Like, did I not screw this on tightly enough? Oh well. Let me put on my little warmer here. Keep this tea nice and warm. But yeah, I don't know. What are your guys' thoughts? Like, what do you think, like, when you pass away? Is it like going through the tunnel of light? Do you guys think that you instantly are greeted by people that you knew or spirit guides? Do you guys think you automatically going into the redhead? Oh, I think sometimes she had red hair, but I think she was mostly blonde. Well, Julia Childs, yeah, was redhead, but but I think the actress, oh, why can't I remember her name? She's freaking famous. She's been around for like ever. I wish she was like my movie mom, like. But yeah, in real life, I think she's just got blonde hair. She was also in, oh, the movie Witches. She was the witch with the black hair, the one that turned like the little boy into a rat or something like that. That's like a 90s movie. Oh my gosh. I can't remember her name. Oh my god, that's gonna kill me. You guys, Meryl Streep. Thank you. Whew, whew. It was Meryl Streep. Yes, she's awesome. Yeah, so her and the other Brooks brother is in Defending Your Life. Good movie. You guys check it out. Find it on Amazon Prime, like Video List, or your Netflix or whatever you guys watch. Like, I highly recommend that movie. Like highly, highly, highly. It's awesome. So anyway, in defending your life, okay, so defending your life is just kind of give you like the little synopsis. So it's supposed to be like when you die, wherever that is. Oh, you mean the lady who plays oh yeah, and Morticia Adams. Yes. Oh, Morticia, yeah. Yes, Morticia Adams. Yeah, Meryl Streep. That's also her. She's been in like everything. She is so like adaptable to all these like different roles. But in defending your life, they say, okay, so once you die, you basically go to like this city, and the city kind of looks like the city that you remember. And they say they do that so that the transition is as like easy as possible, and everybody's like being transported on these buses. So you kind of look around and everybody's just like in these white robes, but some people are old, some people are like really young, some people, and then you're transported to this city, and they say the city kind of looks a lot like, Los Angeles, because most everybody's from LA, and they're like, and so basically they try to make the city feel as at home as possible, so that you're not like, whoo, what's going on? And you're a little out of it once you are freshly transferred over to the other side. So people just kind of walk around in a daze, and there's these nice people that kind of move you along and take you to your hotel room so that you can sleep for the night. And they, make sure that you have a good hearty breakfast in the morning, and they let you know that in this place, you can everything tastes so good, like everything that you eat, even if it's just like a little like if it was just rice, like it's the best thing. Everything is like the best that you've ever tasted in your whole life. And you never gain weight like in this place because I mean, you're just a spirit anyway, basically. Houston is pretty cool too. Okay, I'm just gonna check my internet connection here real quick. That helps. Okay, everybody can hear. Goldie Hawn. Ah, Goldie Hawn's awesome too. Oh, Overboard is my favorite movie with Goldie Hawn. um, okay, so anyway, you're in this city, everything tastes really good, and you're waiting to meet up with your lawyer. What your lawyer is supposed to do is to defend the life that you just had. So basically, you go into every day, you have these like court hearings, and there is like a panel of like judges, of like 3 or 4 judges, basically. There's a movie screen, and you have your one lawyer that's trying to prove that you are not an evolved human being, and you have your lawyer who is defending you, who's trying to prove that you're evolved and you're ready for whatever the next level is in spirit. And so like each lawyer is pulling up different parts of your life. One lawyer, your lawyer that's defending you, is pulling up parts where you were brave, where you were fearless, where you helped others regardless of the fear that you felt inside, that you were evolved, that you pushed past the fear. Whereas the other lawyer is trying to pull up parts of your life that show where fear held you back, where fear held you back from loving others, or for doing good for others, or from evolving basically in your life, from it like hindered your growth. And so at the end of your review, the judges come together and they decide whether or not you're ready to move on, or you're ready to go back to earth and try again. And so they say, like, can you try like an infinite number of times? And they say no. They say once a spirit like doesn't like just can't get it a certain number of times, you are kind of recycled. And they're like, what? And there's like, you just kind of like become the rest of the collective or something like that. But like evolved human beings get to move on. And so like the lawyer, like the defense lawyer, and the Brooks brother, he's like, they're talking, and one of them, he's having this like delicious breakfast, but the lawyer is eating this like brown matter. It just looked like matter on his plate. And so he's like, what are you eating? He says, oh, never mind, you wouldn't like it. He goes, why? Everything's supposed to taste great in the city. He's like, when you are evolved and using a certain portion of your brain, like um this stuff tastes so good to you. He's all, but you only use like maybe 10% of your brain, so this would like not taste very good to you. He says, I use 82% of my brain. And he's like, well, let me try. He tastes it and he like automatically like almost throws up. He's like, okay. He's like, I told you, your brain's just not big enough. You wouldn't like it. So yeah, it's all about like everybody likes to talk about like how big their brains are. And you like to eat like shitty food, I guess, when your brain is really big. Or no, to you it tastes good because it's like brain food, but to everybody else who doesn't use a good portion of their brain, it tastes like crap. So I don't know. It's a really good movie, and oh, and then you get to go to by the way, parts of it are filmed in San Diego, like woo. You get to go to this like center, and for like one token you can go see a past life or something like that. So you like go into this like little cubicle, and you get to put your chips and dip, or my brain food. I know, right? Oh, well then mine is dark chocolate. That is brain food. Dark chocolate and wine. Dark chocolate and wine, brain food. um and you get to put your token in, and on this screen, like this holographic image comes up, and you get to watch like one of your past lives. So you see all these people like looking at their past lives, like, wow, I was Prince Valiant, and wow, why am I this little girl brushing her dolly's hair? um, I'd like to see my past lives. Oh my gosh, that would be so cool if you like can go in, put your tokens in, and just like watch some of your past lives. And you get to do that like in between, like waiting for your like I guess court dates. And let's see. And then the Brooks guy, like his past life was like an like this guy like running from a tiger. He's like, oh. And he's like, and she's like, I like this Meryl Streep. He's like talking to Meryl Streep, like, you know, because he's been like hanging out with her while they've been like dead. And she's like, I was Prince Valiant. He's like, I was lunch. So, so I don't know. Good movie, you guys. Go see it. It's an oldie but a goodie for sure. Anywho, since we be talking about spirit, I wanna go ahead and I don't know, see if I can connect to any spirits. If they're connected to you guys, you know, definitely pipe up. But I just been feeling like I want to do a little bit more of that, and it may just be like residual of like my dude's cousin just kind of put me in the mood, I guess. And I don't really feel, I haven't really felt her since she was like, said she was gonna like peace out and do whatever she's got to do over there. But yeah, like I'm okay for her. It's just, you know, the people that she left behind, you know, I'm really trying to send some good juju. So, you know, if you guys could just put some good juju out there for them, that would be wonderful too. All the love, you know, couldn't hurt. Okay, so let me move these to the side so that I can make room and possibly put down the camera so that you guys can see. Ooh. Ugh. Okay, I'm gonna do my enchanted spell board. Since I haven't busted this out in like a month. That's this thingy here. And I will put the camera down so you guys can see. And the Enchanted Spellboard, which by the creators of the Enchanted Tarot, which was my very first tarot deck. Which, by the way, I did a video, a VR response to Simon of the Hermit's Cave, the hashtag my first tarot, so definitely go check it out. But it comes with a little book that tells you like what all the different things on the board mean. So like whenever the little planchette or whatever hits them, you guys can figure out what that means. Although I'm more intuitive, so I just kind of like do that intuitively. And then we have this fantastic board. And I've done a review on this board if you ever want to check it out. Okay, so I'm gonna put that down here. Move this stuff out of the way, cause yeah. Okay, and so what I do, let me get the little thingy out of here. So what I do is I don't know, some people feel like they can feel like something like pulling on the little planchette, I guess. But for me, it's more like I feel like intuitively pulled, like I should go this direction or I should go this direction, more than I feel like somebody has taken over the planchette and is like yanking it all over the board. Like I don't think that's like ever happened to me. So I'm more like an intuitive, like, you know, because like that's, I kind of like, I think of most everybody as like a medium. Medium doesn't mean like, to me, like, you know, our tarot cards are mediums. Our, the tools that we use are mediums. It just means, the tool that is used to get information out. So like, I am like, did I just call myself a tool? I did. But I am like, like the medium. It's just like where the energy just like goes through me, and I'm just like kind of giving the information. Like that's just all I do. Ignore that I just called myself a tool. Okay, so let me move this camera down so you guys can see. And oops, let me put this in the start position and put my little stones down, and let's do this. Okay, I'm gonna go down here. Hello, in the mirror back there. Okay. Maybe I'll move it off to the side so you guys can see. Okay, so my little planchette thing is here. Okay, so I'm just gonna do a little centering, and I'm actually going to light a candle really quick because to me that just kind of like cleanses the space a little bit. So I am gonna bring down my little star candle, and I've already called in my guides so that no creepy stuff comes in, things that I don't wish to speak to and things that I don't wish to let in. I'm just gonna put that up here. Okay, and yeah, so let me just ground and center real quick. I'm just going to try to connect to some energies. You guys let me know if any of these people are connected to you guys. So I'm going to ask that any energies that come through are not just spirit guides, like, but more people who have been on this plane that you guys would know. Okay. So let me just, I just kind of ground myself and just kind of centering real quick. Okay, and I feel like my guides are in the room, so here we go. So you start off here, it says question here. Yeah, it is very pretty, and I feel like this is really high vibe. Some people use Ouija boards. I'm a little creeped out by them, so I don't use them. I don't know, that's just like not my, that's not my my vibe. So I don't know. Some people use Ouija boards and they're totally fine, like whatever. That's not me, but I love this one. Okay. So I'm just asking any energy that is here that is either connected to myself or connected to somebody who is on the live chat. I would prefer somebody who is on the live chat right now, so that they can get a message from their loved one. Whether this loved one be animal or human being, I do ask that it is somebody that they would know, so that they can receive the message, so they can receive the healing, and that is what I'm asking. Okay, so first I'm just gonna feel what energy is here, and then I'm gonna move this around. Okay, so see if I'm Okay. So, um, Melody said, I had a female spirit come to me. She was standing to my left and she placed a hand on my shoulder and then she was gone. This was last month. That happens every now and then. Okay. So, actually funny you did mention female spirit. I do feel like a female spirit has come into the room. There was a few, there was even a dog, but I asked kind of come one at a time, so that the message is just one person. Um, I feel like this is an older woman, a little heavy set. She has darker to olive skin, like darker skin, just like a little bit darker than me. Um, okay. Um, okay. So what is your message? Okay, we have the word break. We have an X. Um, this is, oh, East. Her energy is getting a little weak right now. Day. Is that it? Yeah. Okay, so I'm gonna bring it back here. Okay, so it's kind of like we have to put all the clues together. So we had the word break, the letter X, um, and East, and then and then day. What I kind of got from her, just kind of like looking at her energy, she kind of seemed like she had a little bit of like Indian, like Indian. Um, I don't know if anybody knows an older woman who may have been part Indian, like from India. It kind of seemed like she was mixed a little bit. She was a little more heavy set. She was in a floral dress. Mm, I'm gonna try to put her messages together. So I don't know. I don't think I know anybody like that. So that's kind of, I'm asking you guys. Do you know a woman like that who maybe is mixed Indian, um, older being like, I don't know, like mid to late 50s maybe? Anne's like, not me. Hmm. Break X. I'm trying to put it together. To me, East was kind of like East, like, East, like from where she's from. Um, I don't know. I think of X and I was like thinking, Celtic Witch said, not me. I was thinking X and I was thinking like runes, where the rune that kind of looks like an X is actually like a gift. Um, oh, dude. I just got it. I mean, I got her message. I don't know who she is, but I got her message. Okay. Sometimes I think when like when they use this board, um Jackie also says no. That the messages are not in order. It's like you have a bag full of words and symbols and you mix it all up. A gift from the Edie, or a gift from the East, maybe. That could be it too. But what I was getting is um, her coming from the East, the gift of daybreak. Because it's literally a sunny day today, and we haven't had a sunny day in like a couple of weeks. So it was, I mean, it was a little bit sunny yesterday, but it's a beautiful, cloudless, gorgeous day. I can see an airplane flying by outside my window. It's a beautiful day, and it was like the gift of daybreak. Like it's the gift of a beautiful day. Is what she was letting me know. It's just like, it's a beautiful day outside. And I'm like, oh my gosh, what a pretty message. Thank you, lady. um, but yeah, I don't know who she is though. And I don't know, I guess you guys don't know either. Maybe somebody who, oh, same in Texas. That's awesome. Yeah, maybe somebody who watches the replay, maybe they'll know her, but I really like her message. So she's like, don't forget basically to be thankful of the beautiful day that you have outside. Okay. I love that. See, that's why I like this board, is because you always get something really positive and really beautiful out of it. Like nothing creepy at all. Okay. So I'm gonna do just maybe a couple more, because I think I have a couple people lined up here. But and then I'm gonna go to my cards. But yeah, I miss my board. Okay. Okay, let's see. I'm going to tap in, see who the next person is. I'm going to thank the lovely woman who talked about the gift of the daybreak, or the gifts today. And if you could please allow somebody else to come forward, that would be fantastic. Okay, that barking dog really wants to come through, so that I see a brown dog, like short hair, like short hair, brown dog. Um, Kind of like a mutt, actually. This dog just kind of looks like a mutt. Okay. But brown dog. What message did this dog have? Anybody have like a brown dog, by the way? I did not have a brown dog. Although I was wondering at first if it was Duke, which is my uncle's dog that I grew up with, and I loved Duke to pieces, but that is not Duke. Duke was also a mutt. Mutt. Okay. Almost off the end here. Okay, we have north. Excellent. Okay, we're, what stone is this? This is amethyst. Okay, so we have, okay, we had north and we had amethyst. Okay, the stone here is citrine. Okay, I'm going off the board at jade. This is like all stones. Okay, and we're at the word love. Okay, so I'm gonna move it back. I kind of feel like the dog's energy was kind of fading away. Okay, so we had this brown dog, short hair, barks a lot. Not a giant dog, but not a small dog, kind of like a medium-sized dog. We got North, we got Amethyst, we had Citrine, we had Jade, and we have Love. Okay. Again, anybody else here? Oh, Jackie said it's gorgeous up there in Canada too. Oh, so it's a beautiful day. Seems like a beautiful day all around for us. So that was a beautiful message from the last lady that was here. Okay, so Amethyst, I get that is like, to me, Amethyst is also very clearing, but it's also like connecting to the upper realms. Citrine is sunny, it's powerful, it's solar plexus to me. Jade definitely to me is heart energy, which is funny that Love came after it. Okay, so this is what I'm getting from the dog. That the upper realms, so that's like your crown chakra, your soul star chakra, like everything coming in from like source energy, is love. And that love can fuel your power, like whatever it is that you want to do. Yeah, so basically just, yeah, fill yourself with love, and love is the fuel basically for everything in your life, like no matter what you're doing. um, and of course, that would be coming from an animal. It's such a sweet, pure message. So that's really sweet. Aw. I don't know this doggy, but thank you. So I don't know if you guys have a brown dog, but if that was your dog, I thank your dog. Um, yeah, so just yeah, your connection to source energy is always through love, and love is basically what drives any achievement you've ever wanted to have. Any success that you want to have is fueled by love. Oh, beautiful animal message. Okay, I'm gonna do one more, and then I'm gonna flip this back, and we're gonna do a little bit of cards over here. Um, yeah, you guys see my card pile. Oh. And my knees. Okay. Okay, so I'm looking to feel for one more energy. So if the doggy, if you could please remove your energy. I thank you so much for your very healing message. That was a very, very message. Very good boy. Okay, so I have another female energy. She seems much younger, and I heard the name Amber, but I can't see her. So I only feel this young girl's energy. Younger, maybe teens, maybe 20s, but I heard Amber very clear. Okay. Hey, Amber, what is your message? Okay, I get that this girl likes to talk a lot. Okay, we have Aries. Oh, that would explain her red hair. Red hair, freckles, Amber. Okay, we landed on Libra. We have wellness is the keyword here. in the center we have the pentacle. We have sapphire. We have kind of fell between A and Z, like A to Z. So it was kind of funny. Okay, I'm gonna move this back. We had Libra. We had wellness. We had sapphire. We had the pentacle in the middle. And then the last one was A to Z. By the way, I kept feeling like she talked a lot. A Sherry Bug said, ugh, lost my internet, just got it back. I'm going to replay the message from the dog. I have two on the other side. Oh, well, you know, it was a really sweet message from that dog, by the way. I always feel like animals have like such innocent, like sweet messages. Okay, so Amber had a very like I felt fiery, which is why I think she was the Aries. Her red hair, her freckles. I kept feeling like she talks a lot. I felt like a younger energy, or she could just be portraying herself as younger. Because sometimes I feel like we could be whatever age we want, you know, once we're in spirit, like, you know, because spirit is not, you know, in the confines of a body. You could make yourself look however you want to look. But I feel this like young, fiery energy. Okay, so I get that with the Aries. And the Libra, I kind of feel like the person that she was trying to talk to is a Libra. I don't know her, but my moon sign is a Libra. But I don't know if anybody has that as their sun sign here. Okay, so then we went to it was wellness and sapphire. So I'm getting kind of like third eye, but also the throat chakra. But mostly, actually, I was getting the throat chakra because this girl does seem like she wants to talk. And she may be talking to me because I feel a little something something in my throat. So something about this there. Sherry Bug. But yeah, like wellness of the throat. So I kind of feel like that could be me, maybe a little bit. Could be Sherry Bug. But yeah, because she's a big talker, like I get that it's like getting something out. And then this A to Z kind of made me feel like the beginning and the end of the beginning. You know how that I don't know if there's even a quote. Beginning of the end of the beginning. Oh, and I forgot we also got the pentacle too. So I'm kind of getting that like her message, like at first she was like talking maybe like about wellness, like take care of yourself, but also not to stop yourself from speaking, even if maybe it makes you like I was getting from her because she had kind of a cheeky personality. Like she's like, even if it makes you look like an ass sometimes, like say it anyway because at least you got it off your chest. And then with the pentacle, I was just seeing like wholeness, like overall wellness, like taking care of all of yourself, you know, your basically mind, body, spirit. And yeah, because this be working with all the elements, but basically being a whole human being, taking care of yourself, A to Z, being complete. And then also that being a message of like everything is infinite. Everything is the beginning of the end and the end of the beginning. Like it's like almost like the snake eating its tail. Like I'm kind of getting that like everything is infinite. Like there is no beginning. There is no end. It's just how it is. So she kind of had like another message in there. But the message for the Libra, I think, was more to speak even when you feel like you shouldn't, and to take care of yourself, like all of you, like your whole self. Oh, hey, Loki. Oh, look. And then Loki came in. Hey, Lokster. Yeah, you don't want to burn your whiskers. Yeah, your little black whiskers. Oh, you're so big. Oh, kitty magic, yes. The kitty magic. Oh, Lokester. You gonna help out? You gonna help me with my reading? No. Got such a big tail, my goodness. Loki, you're a big boy. Okay, so I'm gonna turn this camera back around. I thank the three energies that came through. So the older woman, I thank the brown dog, and I thank Amber. So, da 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 da, hello! Alrighty. Actually, got my cool backdrop there that I'm using sometimes now. I love my new backdrop. Okay. Popping back in. Hey, Lokester. You guys got the Lokester in that one. There we go. And now that I feel like the energies have cleared, I can go ahead and blow out my candle. It's my little star candle. And I'm gonna fold up my board here. Alrighty. So yeah, you guys, I don't know, go back and figure out if you knew any of those to be pretty freaking awesome. Okay. So, what are we at? 82. That's okay. Just looking at our minutes. Okay. I wanted to actually do a spread too. Like, I'm just feeling really like feeling really in my cards and my divination tools like today. Okay, so I want to do a spread for today from the 365 tarot spreads, and today is February 22nd? 23rd. February 23rd. Okay, what do we got? February 23rd. Ooh, okay. Here we go. This is a spread for us. It's called Seeking the Light Masonic Mystery Spread. So again, this book is by Sasha Graham, and it's the 365 tarot spreads. Okay, on this day, Sir Arthur Conan Doyle, author of the famed Sherlock Holmes series, received his second degree from his Masonic Lodge on this date in 1877. Masonic membership, popular among English and American gentlemen in the last century, uses devices called tracing boards for their studies. The summation of the spread. Tracing boards, like tarot cards, are symbolic learning devices. Used by Masons to advance their grades, different boards offer different lessons. The Seeking the Light Masonic Mystery Spread uses the first degree tracing board as inspiration. Hey, Lokester. He's right behind the camera right now. A candidate entering the Masonhood must state that they believe in a supreme being. However, the Masons do not insist on naming who the supreme being should be. Belief in a higher power, any power, is required upon entry. The card that is connected to this is the Three of Pentacles. The Three of Pentacles in the RWS deck contains Masonic symbolism, an apron, bench, and the Masonic tool. Many Golden Dawn members were Masons, and they used Masonic structure in the Golden Dawn's own grading and initiations. Okay, so here we go. You guys grab a deck if you have one. Let's see, what deck do I want to use? I'm going to use my Tarot de la Nuit. And put these other decks off to the side so I have room to cast my cards. Okay, take my cards out. You guys go find a deck and you can do this along with me. Okay, so beautiful. I love these cards. Okay, so those cards are gonna be right there, and I'll put my little stones on top of them just to get them all charged up for this reading. Okay, so this is an 8-card spread. Yay, using the 78 Tarot Mythical. Whoop whoop! Sherry Bug's like, Divination Day. Okay, number 1 is the physical world. This is the checkered floor tiles. What binds me? Number 2, essence of soul and psyche, columns. Who am I? I'll do this again when I cast the cards too. Number 3, the heavens. How do I make contact with the divine? Number 4, center star, divinity. What is the nature of divinity? Number 5, ladder. This is Jacob's ladder. How do I discover my true path? And the 3 rungs of the ladder, faith, apprentice. How can I trust? Number 7, hope, fellowcraft. What do I yearn for? And number 8, charity, master. How do I give back? Okay, so those are the different spread positions. I'm going to get my cards ready here. So let me just turn my body so that I can do my cards. Okay, so card number 1. This will be for myself and for all of us. So again, this is the, come back here cards. Don't run away. This is the physical world. So what binds me? What binds me? Okay, and then I have who am I? This is card 2. Who am I? Card 3. How do I make contact with the divine? There's that card. Card 4. What is the name of divinity? Ooh, that card just kind of flew out. That's pretty cool. Card. Oh, sorry. What is the nature of divinity? What did I say? What is the name? What is the nature of divinity? Number 5. How do I discover my true path? Okay, that is this card. Number 6. How can I trust? Number 7. What do I yearn for? And number 8. How do I give back? There we go. 3, 4, 6, 7, 8. All right. Looks like I have the correct number of cards. So here we go. I'm going to look at my card number 1. What binds me? Ah, the devil. Yes. My connections to like everything around me. You know, because I get wrapped up in like bills and, you know, things I have to take care of, like the house and like, you know, the truck, you know, all of that. So I can see that what binds me to things is like the things, the material things in my life. Yeah, because, you know, I always think like, well, I have all these responsibilities, so there's no way I can do this because, you know, that would mean like I wouldn't be able to do certain responsibilities that I have, like payments and bills and house and stuff like that. Okay, the devil. I understand. Number 2, who am I? Hi, I'm Tara. Pleased to meet you. Okay, no, who am I? Okay, the card for this spread is the 3 of Pentacles. I am the 3 of Pentacles. How freaking cool is that? Interesting. I don't even know what to say with that one because I was like right away I was like, oh, so like I'm a hard worker, yes, but I think this is going into like a spiritual thing. So you're the 6 of Wands. Woo woo. Wow, 3 of Pentacles. I like that message. To me, this is like a deeper message because I literally just read what they said for the 3 of Pentacles here. I like this. I like this deck. Celtic Witch is the Queen of Wands. Look at you guys go with your wands energies. What else are you guys getting? Sharebug's like, nice, Celtic. Okay. Move this book a little bit more. Scooch, scooch. Okay. Okay, now we're going into question 4, question 3. How do I make contact with the divine? Sherrybug's first card was the Six of Swords. Interesting. That's what binds you. Huh. Interesting. 3. How do I make contact with the divine? Ooh, ooh, ooh. This is like a very deep. We're going deep, homies. Judgment. Celtic Witch, all the 6s. Nice. So how I make contact with the divine is judgment. You know, and I didn't tell you guys this story because it literally just happened like 2 nights ago. I had, okay, it's been a while since I've been in a deep meditation. Like I have like I keep my meditations at a certain level so that I can go to bed on time. You got the Empress. That's awesome. I also, I do like waking meditations, walking meditations. But I finally let myself go deep into a meditation. And I was like, it was like I went through like this, like another awakening process. Like there was like this other thing that had happened, and I just felt like, yeah, like some more little like of my little like extrasensory feelers, like they are all like lit up, and it was like, hey, we're just like giving you an upgrade. That's kind of what it felt like in my meditation. So that's interesting that judgment, you know, like awakening came up for how I connect to the divine, to divinity, which is pretty cool. Sherrybug got the Hierophant, but he is a centaur, non-traditional. That's cool. Centaur. I dig that one. You guys got some pretty rad cards too. I feel like we're getting deep messages from this spread actually. Like all of us. Okay. Number 4. What is the nature of divinity? It's Chiron. And what deck am I using? I am using the Tarot de la Nuit. So Tarot of the Night. Okay, so the nature of divinity. I got the King of Pentacles. You are very welcome, Anne. So the nature of divinity is the King of Pentacles. So I feel like what they want me to do, or like what divinity wants to, or to me, it's just source energy, but divinity, source energy, what they really want to help me with is basically become a master of my own world, the world that I'm in right now. So this world. Nature of divinity, it's the Emperor, but Thor is the image on the card. Oh my god, Thor! Hell yeah! High five! I got the Emperor. Oh my gosh, you guys, that is so cool! Alright, couple of Emperors there. Nice, nice. And a King of Pence. So, yeah. These are all kind of like connecting right now. This is pretty freaking awesome. Okay, number 5 is, how do I discover my true path? The Knight of Pentacles. I think it's more taking on your own power, maybe. Oh, maybe, yeah, this one too. Yeah, taking on my own power, becoming like the master of my world through like my own power. Yeah, that's a good one too. And also for the Emperor, my goodness. Yeah. And Knight of Pentacles for how do I discover my true path? Well, I can't hesitate. I got the Three of Swords. Sounds about right. Oh, sometimes I like when the cards just call us out. But yeah, I can't sit on my haunches. The Devil. So possibly, ooh, so for the Devil, maybe, you know, at first I was like, so maybe releasing attachments, but maybe actually seeking out a lot of different things in this world to try. So like sampler. It's like, this is the sample dish of life. Okay, sorry. I'm going to plug in my phone right now because it's a little low on fuel. Battery juice. Okay. All right, phone plugged in. We're good. Okay, so for me, I can't sit on my butt if I'm gonna want to like follow my true path. I gotta move forward on this planet. Does she have? Oh, she has a flag. I was like, is that a? No, it's a flag. She has the flag of victory, I'm assuming. Okay, then question number 6. So this is the 3 rungs of the ladder. This is the apprentice stage. How can I trust? How can I trust? I have trust in my kitties. I have trust in the dude. I have trust in my best friends. I more or less have trust in humanity. I have a hard time trusting my instincts sometimes, and I have a hard time trusting that certain things are all going to work out for the best. Freaking Page of Cups. Ooh, what'd I get? The Knight of Wands. How can I trust? Well, the thing is, just do it. Freaking Nike. Just do it. 3 of Cups for me, for Celtic Witch. Nice. Okay, so how can I trust? Knight of Wands. This deck is just calling me out. It's like, well, you'll learn to trust more once you actually trust people. Like, just trust and see what happens. Like, don't be like, I don't know if I should trust. Be like, don't, girl, just trust and see what happens. Then you learn to trust more. That's what I'm getting with the Knight of Wands. Okay, number 7. What do I yearn for? What was that, Loki? One of my books just fell over and Loki's staring at it right now. I think he's staring at an energy right now. Ooh, okie dokie. Well, you tell them hello, Loki. All right. So this was What Do I Yearn For? Spirit coming in to help with this one. What do I yearn for? Okay, what do I yearn for? Oh, wrong side. The 10 of Swords. That's a beautiful image, by the way. 4 of Swords. 10 of Cups. Oh my gosh. So 4 of Swords, 10 of Swords, and 10 of Cups. It's like all our cards just kind of go together. You got the 10s, you got the swords. I do. I yearn for the ending of like what I do for a living now, and I yearn for a new beginning. So kind of like that A to Z. The beginning of the end of the beginning. That's kind of what I yearn for. Maybe that message was for me. A to Z. Yeah. Spot on. Spot on. Okay. And our final card, y'all. Oh no, it has frozen. Unfreeze! Loki, the spirit is freezing my thingy. Let's see, maybe if I put the Wi-Fi back on, that'll help. Can you guys actually still hear me while I'm frozen? Unfreeze, phone, unfreeze. Ugh.